Let's just touch on Ash Barty. Our chat coming up with John Millman, we caught up with John early in the day. But just on Ash, I mean, her and her team, as we speak this week, Walshy, working through the scenarios. I mean, certainly the strong hint from Craig Tyser at the back end of last week that the WTA Finals look like it is shot for Ash in terms of the relocation to Mexico. Now deciding, do I play Indian Wells? She wants to get home. Certainly there's a little bit of exhaustion there. She's a real family girl. How do you think this is going to play out with Ash as she tries to decide her last part of the year and executing it?
Look, I do think clearly that the end-of-season championships are a bridge too far. I think what's been critical at the US Open was, she was very, she had the match against Rogers. She was within range of winning. Didn't quite close it out. Beaten, but was clearly exhausted by when she got to New York after such a heavy time away on the road, sort of 6 months almost on the road. But Sabalenka being beaten in the semi-final in New York, that all but confirmed Ash as the number one to finish off the season. It's almost impossible for her to be dislodged now as the number one, and that would, I think that was a big factor in now considering, well, is it worth going to Mexico? It probably doesn't seem worth it in the middle of November when she's got to come back, potentially quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel, although that may change given there's some trials underway at the moment, obviously in South Australia and in Sydney. We may see some easing there in that regard. But it still compromises her preparation for the Australian Open, and that's clearly her number one priority now, to try and win an Australian Open. So I find that very hard, and it does beg the question as to whether Indian Wells, which has been rescheduled to next month, is it worth hanging around and playing in Indian Wells? One thing she has got going for her, Brett, though, and I think it would be an amazing trifecta if she was able to pull it off, to be able to win the Miami Open, to be able to win in Cincinnati, the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati, and then to win, if she was able to win in Indian Wells, it would be a tremendous hat-trick, astonishing achievement to win those three premier US hardcourt events outside the US Open, and to be quite the year. But look, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ash home in the next couple of weeks.
We'll learn more.
Yeah, we will learn more there
this week.